Hello everyone, it's Sarah, Painty Creator here, and welcome to another unicorn painting. I've got some little people who really like unicorns, so I'm just trying some out. So this is the sketch, and as usual I've just transferred it using some graphite powder, and then just gone over where the ears and the eyes, because sometimes I'll lose that. But I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm using my Inktense paint sets. I love the brightness of the Inktense paints, and they act just like watercolours. So let's get going. I'm going to start off just dropping in some clean water along the head and the body and this leg. And I've got my little check it out paper. So I'm thinking of blue for a sort of shadowy side. And then it just run. A little bit of shadow under the mane. Checking for any harsh lines. I think I'm going to drop a little bit of this colour. I think it's teal green, just as a bit of a separator. But you can use whatever you want. I've gone outside the lines, but that's fine as well. Bit of shadow under the chin. Soften away. So I'm going to pick up some of this purple colour that I was using on the other one, and I'm just going to darken some of this shadow area. Thirsty brush, so I cut some of those puddles. A little bit of shadow on the base of that. I think this is our Grace. My grandson's pony is called Grace, and she's absolutely wonderful. So I think this is going to be Grace the Unicorn Grace. A bit more blue. Oops, a daisy. Okay, nice and light and bright. So a little bit of a shadow onto that ear. And drop in some water. And a little bit of shadow up this horn. drop in some water. If you need a finer brush, just go with it. I'm just going to soften that off with some water. There we go. And lift it. It looked a bit too big, but that'll be fine. So I'm going to pause now and I'm going to dry it with the hairdryer. So I'm back with it dry. So I'm working on an A4 sheet size paper, but you could do this at any size. It would be fine. I'm just going to darken this area at the front. A little bit. Just washing away with some water. So I'm just using, it's called navy blue here, but it's really an indigo blue. Because I just want that chest area to be separate from here. And I'm going to just put a little bit of shadow on here. Remember, it's going to dry lighter. It doesn't dry as light as if we were doing it with standard watercolour, but it does dry lighter, as you probably have noticed. But they are, again, really good fun for this type of painting. So I'm just going to drop a darker blue into that ear. Wash my brush, take some water off it, and then just use the water to smooth out that ear. I can always darken it, it's harder to lighten it. Same with this one. Just going to lift that puddle before we end up with a big run back, and just darken that inside. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, same with the nostril. So this is an indigo blue, it's called navy blue. Wash my brush. So I'm on my number 6, but these are really good. And then just using the water to pull it out, so you get a bit of a different tone. And then I'm going to try and find the black. I did drop my Inktense paints, so I have to swatch them to find what colours what. Unfortunately, that's like a blue as well. Oh, there's a black. I'm just going to drop a little bit of black into here, and then I'm going to do black into the eye. If you're not so sure, just get a smaller brush, or if your brushes haven't got this nice point on, just get a smaller brush. And I'm going to go back and do some more with the eye, but I'm going to do it with, once it's dry, with a smaller brush, and just do some final details of that. Just getting some of that blue colour, that light blue, I'm just going to pop a little bit under the eye and wash it away. So we're starting to build a little bit of tone on the face. Whoops, I've caught that eye, but that's fine. Just go with the flow. I actually quite like that. That's worked really nicely. I'm just going to go back in with some of that navy blue while it's damp. Put the rest of that eye in and touch. Nice. I like that. So a little bit of the black into here. I'm going to go in with some water and I'm just going to make that, just do that on the bottom edge, just to soften it. Give her a smile. So, time to give it a dry again. So we're dry now, and at this point you could do any colours you want on this. I'm going to carry on using my number 6 big brush. I could have used my mop brushes, but I'm trying my best to just use these new brushes so I get familiar with them. So I'm going to literally just choose lots of rainbow colours. It would look really pretty in pinks and blues, I think, would this, but it's for my grandson and he loves rainbows and he loves unicorns, so I'm going for lots and lots of rainbow colours, mixing up quite thick juicy bits of paint. I'm just going to go in and pop on stripes. Red. And as you can see, the colours are absolutely stunning, they're gorgeous. I'm going to let that one mix. Let me go over the top of that one. That's gone a bit muddy with the orange. I'm choosing a different blue to this blue so it stands out a bit. It's more of a phthalo-y blue. Oh, I'm loving how it's mixing. An indigo. Maybe I'll use that really dark. Nice pink here as well, pinky purple. So lots of fun just making the rainbow mane. If you wanted it to splurge, you could just squirt that with some water and it would just go into a big splurgy sort of rainbowy colour. I like it like that. I like the movement in it, and I think my grandson will really like that. So I'm going to dry it. So we're dry. I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's that time of year where the light's really poor here. So I'm going to pick up this really light gold. I've got these metallic watercolour set. I think they were about £3 for the whole lot in one of the little craft shops. I'm just picking that up, making it a nice little paste. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a shimmery pattern down the horn. That looks like it belongs now. And you could put some through the mane, but I'm not going to because I like that as it is. So really simple, straightforward. Look, under 20 minutes of actual painting time, and isn't that fun? So I'm going to sign my life away. I'm going to just add a bit of ink there just to darken that bit. Sign it, and I'm going to call that one a day as well, but that was fun to do. Hope you enjoyed that one, and until next time, I'll see you later.